This is the LG G4. This is a legend made by LG. This was competing with Samsung S5 Note 3 at that time. This was probably, in some ways, probably better than Samsung products, but it failed. Yeah, why? So let's just take a look to the history. At first, everyone loved this phone. It's got a very unique design, curvy design when it wasn't very popular enough for curvy phones. LG already made one, but it's curvy like this. And the back, there are variants that look like a fake leather. This one doesn't look like a fake leather, but there was like the brown color one, and everyone was raving about this phone. It's got a headphone jack, it's got 32 gigabyte storage. I think there was an option for 64 gigabyte storage at the time, and the memory is 3 gigabyte, and the camera and the placement of the on off button, even though there was no fingerprint at the time, everything was perfect until one day it's starting to boot loop. A lot of phones are just boot looping and just cannot use anymore, and LG denied the problem. But later on, they admitted that there was a problem with the soldering on the hardware, something like that. But it was a bit too late. I think they settled in the US for some amount of money. Then it was too late. People just don't trust LG anymore, even though this is actually still even a good product. And another thing, they promised to upgrade to Android 7, and they bailed. They only upgraded until Android 6. Some phones in Korea, I think, they got Android 7, and that's all. Even though I think it's still a very capable phone if they want to upgrade until Android 7. See here, I think it's still even very fast nowadays. Would I recommend this phone in 2023? Probably not, because of the Android 6.0. There are a lot of applications that are not working anymore, such as like Uber Eats, and it's going to ask update now, and you cannot update anymore because it's not compatible with Android 6. So some people actually are good enough, and they're making a special ROM and rooting the phone. Maybe you can upgrade until Android 10 or something like that, but maybe you can try if you want. So let's talk about the phone itself. At the time, it's got a infrared. You can use as a remote for your phone, not for your phone, for your TVs, even for your aircon. And let's see the camera. It's got a special feature here, the mode. See, you can have a dual mode. You can see the front facing and the back camera at the same time. It was ahead of its time, and the quality, it's excellent actually. You got panorama, you got slow-mo. I think it's ahead of its time completely. It's got a headphone jack, it's got a micro SD, and this is a still micro USB connection. And the SIM card, I think it's not dual SIM card, but it's still micro SIM. So yeah, I think this is just a little bit lesson of a good phone, but fail when they market it because of the problem they didn't solve. Unlike Samsung with the Note 7, they acknowledge and they replace the phones, etc., etc. But LG refused to admit it, refused to replace the phone, and later on, when it's too late, they admit it, and people are just suing the company, and it was just a mess. Then they changed to LG G5 with a different settings, design, and everything, and people just don't like it. And from then on, it was just going downhill for LG. Now they are not in the business anymore in the mobile. Okay, it's just too bad. LG actually made good phones. Yes, LG. Well, I hope other companies learn from LG. I really like this phone actually. I'm kind of sad. And yeah, another thing is you can see the phone. It's got still got replaceable battery. And I don't know, I'm just one of the lucky customers probably that's still not boot looping. Thank you very much. Bye bye.